From the stadium that hosted Super Bowl 48 back in 2014, there's a look at MetLife Stadium here in East Rutherford. Today, boy, what a matchup. Two NFL franchises with so much history, so much tradition, getting set to do battle here. As it'll be the Dallas Cowboys taking on the New York Giants. The longtime Panther Graham Gano has us set for a start as we are underway from MetLife Stadium. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. First look at the Cowboys offense as Dak Prescott gets ready to guide them.
And how about the toughness of Dak Prescott? We see it all the time on the field. And remember when he had that serious ankle injury, would he return to form? Boy, did he ever. And he was better than ever, and that's great for the NFL. Terrific resilience, playing at a high level, capable of winning a championship with his arm and his legs.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
So from the 37, here's second and a couple. Now Prescott. This one swung out to Williams. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 13 yards and a first down, Cowboys.
That's a pretty play there coming out of the backfield. But as that back, you've got to be conscious of making sure you're securing the football. When you get out in open field, sometimes you get a little loose with it as you're trying to get up ahead of steam. Make sure you keep it close to your body because those defenders are trying to punch it free. He does a nice job there protecting the ball and picking up a first down.
He's got room at the 30. And finally taken down at the 20-yard line. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. All right, Charles, let me put you in the head of one of those defenders out there. You have a big play like that go against you so early. What does that shake your confidence?
It shouldn't, but it often does because your thought process all during the week is how you're going to get after that offense and make your plays. And when they make one against you, it makes you a little bit hesitant.
Time to regroup. A good convergence there defensively, only a yard, and it's second down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
They work now on 2nd and 9. To throw is Prescott. Over the middle, hauled in by Lamb. And the Cowboys are going to have a first and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical, they've been crisp, and as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early first and goal.
First and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. To the air again, Prescott. This is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Jake Ferguson from 8 yards out. And the Cowboys get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon.
I do believe we came here to see a game, didn't we? And it looks like he's running what we call routes versus air. You just go out there with your offensive unit and throw the football with no defense. He's 5 for 5 on the opening drive.
He was on his game there for drive number 1, but my only thing is now he can't go any higher than that. He was so perfect. Can he do it again later?
Yeah, all he cares about right now is making it 10 for 10, 15 for 15.
Keeping that going.
And he feels like he can get it done.
The extra point up and good by Aubrey. And that makes the score 7-0. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. Leading him out is their rookie quarterback, the young man out of Ole Miss.
For every rookie prospect, there are always nerves involved in this moment. Running your team out to start a game. But there's a reason they brought him in. They're willing to make him their starter today. They believe he can overcome those nerves and lead his team to a victory. We saw him do it at the collegiate level and really make himself into a leader and someone you can envision doing the exact same thing here in the NFL.
Still 9 yards to go on second down from the 27. Now an option play, he'll keep it. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a third down. Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so they didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right. Nowhere to go.
Dart from the gun on third down. And that is incomplete.
That was their first third down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key third down throws.
Fourth down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt. Cavante Turpin deep for the Cowboys. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Prescott. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on first down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
From the 43, here's second down and a yard. Up the middle, it's Williams. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. They'll say no gain on the play, so it was looking good, but nothing there. Now it's third down and inches.
Now third and less than a yard.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. It's a keeper with Prescott. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
There may have been a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
Prescott to throw this time. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Brian Burns flying in there and dropping him for the sack. Well, on that one, they go with a play fake, CD, but I don't think anybody really was fooled. All eyes were fixated on the quarterback, and they got him to the ground.
And to run this play successfully, you've got to make sure that everyone is doing their part. You actually have to sell this play. You've got to sell the run action. Otherwise, why do you stop at the running back? You just run straight for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
Prescott now. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. Give him 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free, and it's third down.
I wonder what was going through his mind when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there, take the hit, and successfully complete the screen pass. Really well done.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Now he's free at the 35. And finally down at the 9-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
1 yards, the gain on the play. And the Cowboys, first down. 1st and goal at the 9-yard line.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop him. And he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
Jet sweep. Here's Pickens with it. Oh, this one, they need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
Well, as a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. From 10 yards out. And the Cowboys lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. Well, this has been a flawless start for them. They score, they get the stop, and they score again, Charles.
Complimentary football at its finest. You just mentioned how they got it done. They scored. The defense got the ball back for them. They score again. That's the way you win ball games.
Aubrey now for the PAT. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it culminates in a Dallas touchdown. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. So the Giants getting the football back here for their second drive. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. Now he's going to step up and run. And it's out. He put it on the carpet. And it's picked up by the Cowboys. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Had some good yardage there, too, before he fumbled that football, Charles.
Yeah, just think about it this way. Running backs, as a general rule, they kind of know when the end of a run is near, and you notice how they cover up, right? They protect the football. Sometimes quarterbacks forget that out in the open field. After a while, you start to wonder, does the running back coach visit the quarterback coach and say, hey, I can help you with this. We can protect this and make sure we keep the ball.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And they move this all the way down to the 9. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a first down. He had his eyes on the end zone once he hit the secondary, but they're finally able to slow him down.
Yeah, and I've got to look at this one from the defensive point of view. You just mentioned finally able to slow him down. They've got to figure out a way to make that at the point of attack, at the line of scrimmage, because once he gets through, he's shredding them.
They'll try and run. This is Williams. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. Now Prescott. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. This will wind up a loss on the play. And now we've got a 3rd and goal situation.
And that's a great job of tackling right there. If he could have made the first man miss, maybe he could have taken it into the end zone. Instead, they stopped him pretty well right in his tracks. And you often see that in the red zone. Offense has to be quick. In this case, the defense was quicker.
And this pass broken up. And the contact well-timed there, and now 4th down.
It's now 4th down.
Well, partner, given where that drive started, that's an excellent job defensively to force them into 4th down.
So on 4th down, Prescott off, and on is Aubrey for the Cowboy field goal. And his kick is indeed good, and that'll make this 17-0 here in the opening quarter. So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The New York set to take the field. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Looking to put a drive together. On the ground, it's Scatterboo to start the drive. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game? Maybe establish the run. I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. 17-0 our score after 1. Ready to roll for the second quarter from MetLife Stadium. The Giants with the football. This now a 3rd and 4. As they've got it as we resume action. Dart from the gun on 3rd down. He'll let it fly for Austin. That's caught inside the 20. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets all the way down inside the 20-yard line. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Dart going to give the Scatterboo. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
He's brought down.
We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And it's caught. Touchdown, Giants. Isaiah Likely, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Giants get a bit closer.
A good tight end is a heck of a weapon for any quarterback, especially when you're able to create some mismatches. Sometimes they work against a linebacker, sometimes they work against a smaller defensive back. But when they find it, they go to it, and it often results in touchdowns.
Jason Sanders now for the extra point. And it's 17-7. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And finishing that drive off was the touchdown grab by Isaiah Likely. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Dallas offense set for this next drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf, dude. That's bottom shelf material.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. 2nd and 10. Here's Prescott. Got an open man. It's Pickens. He'll be hit down at the 33. 5 yards on the play.
A gain of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down.
The Cowboys on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Prescott to throw it. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. Gunnar Olszewski deep for the Giants. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. Now motion left with Mooney. On play action, here's Dart. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. The former 3rd overall pick, Quinnen Williams there to bring him down. I don't care if you're taking it in round 1, you're undrafted, whatever. As a rookie quarterback in this league, you're going to have games where you face adversity like this.
Lessons. All the time you're going to face these lessons. The key for this guy is, will he be able to bounce back in the next one? Because right now, this has not been his game.
2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. They'll send Austin in motion right. Throwing from the gun here, Dart. Under pressure, and they got to him again. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Here is 3rd and quite a ways. Here's Dart. And that will be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
And the Giants send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And a fair catch taken here right at about the 40-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Looking to throw, Prescott. Man open left side, it's Williams. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
It'll go as a gain of 4, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
From the 37, they work on 2nd and 6. Now a give up the middle to Williams. And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25. 44 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
They stick to the ground game on 1st down. It's Williams. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
2nd down and 3. They run it again with Williams. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Give him a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up 3rd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Here's 3rd and 9. Prescott. And it's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
So on 4th down, Prescott off and on is Aubrey for the Cowboy field goal. He hit his first, this one from 40 yards out. And his kick is good. And that will open the lead up now to 20-7. So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
So after the made field goal, back out is Aubrey to kick this away. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Possession switching back to the New York Giants. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. On play action, here's Dart. A short one there, caught by Likely. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
To throw is Dart. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
With a rookie quarterback out there, you're definitely going to find out how he handles adversity, because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
Here's Jordan Stout now. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. 45 yards, that's what the punt goes for. 5 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Cowboys offense and Javonte Williams head out for this next drive. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking, because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Play action now. Prescott. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
Well, I certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. On the sneak, it's Prescott. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't know about you, but I like this call. 3rd and inches, and instead of worrying about getting it back to a running back and maybe there's some penetration from the defensive front, just go ahead and take it, move forward, and pick up the first down.
And as we say often, shows confidence in your offensive line. They'll give to Williams, running right. And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. 51 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Playing against a 3-4 front is really challenging for offensive linemen because they can do so many different things. But when you're running the football, if you can handle the nose tackle up front, and it may be a guard can slide up to the second level and block a linebacker, that's when you have success running the football.
And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
But that's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. 2nd and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through, and has a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a 3rd down.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. 3rd and 2. Throwing, Prescott. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 34-yard line. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
A gain of 13 yards. First down, Cowboys.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
They'll stay on the ground with Williams. And how he got away from that first tackle, no idea, but he did, and it winds up with positive yardage.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Throwing on 2nd down, Prescott. Touchdown, Cowboys! 3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
Aubrey now for the point after. And that one pushes the lead up to an even 20. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it was finished off by a George Pickens touchdown grab. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. And the Giants with one final possession here in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Working out of the gun is Dart. And that's caught inside the 35. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. How about a 39-yard pickup? They'll take it.
So often when we're watching a football game, we see one with a lot of ebbs and flows, and this one is no different. And sometimes you just need a big play to wake you up a bit. And they get one right there. That shot of caffeine this offense was looking for.
Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 21-yard line.
Now 2nd and 3. Dart looking to throw again. A throw right side caught by Neighbors. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it. So on comes the field goal unit. Sanders' kick is good. And that will move the deficit from 20 down to 17. Well, not the best first half facing this deficit, but at least they did put 3 on the board before half.
Yeah, it's a little bit like that stormy, cloudy day, and the sun peeks through just for a second. They saw the sun there. They're hoping to see a little bit more of it in the second half.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick recap of the first half, which has been strongly one-sided. This is heading towards blowout territory unless they can come from behind and get themselves a victory. Let's find out what happens in the second half. Let's go back out to the commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Scott, thanks very much. And we welcome all of you back here on EA Sports for quarter number 3. The Giants set to get the football, and they trail here as we get back underway in the second half. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Giants offense set to begin this third quarter. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball into the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking. But the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
They'll go play action here with Dart. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. First down for the Giants as they pick up 12.
Good, sure hands there from a guy not accustomed to catching a whole lot of passes. But how about the way he was able to pull that one in and pick up good yardage?
First down, here's Scatterbo. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. Another modest gain there on that one, and I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, and they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner? Because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They'll have to do it by throwing the ball.
Second time in this game, Charles, the ball has squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
Throwing his dart. And that is incomplete. Now we've got a Giant player here slow to get up after that last play. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. So the Giants send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. That'll go as a 42-yard punt, but a net of 32. They had a 10-yard return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 98 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Now Prescott. He'll drop this down to Williams. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
They'll hand it off now. Williams. And the big boys up front. They're going to stop him right at the line. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
Now a man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Williams. And he will have a Cowboys 1st down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Again, it's Williams. Greg Newsome up to make the stop.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
From the 29, here's the 2nd and 5. To throw is Prescott. That's going to be caught by Pickens. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 18. Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Now a handoff. Here's Williams. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Brian Burns, the one to bring him down.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
This is caught. Well, the Cowboys are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
And the Cowboys 1st down.
Oh, nice job there putting the ball right in the doorstep of the goal line. Couldn't quite get in to pay dirt, but he got awfully close. Let's see if they can cash it in over the next couple of plays.
This is Lamb on the end around. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A touchdown run there from a yard out. And the Cowboys are able to add on to that lead. So another touchdown there, and even though we're still just here in the 3rd quarter, kind of hard now to see them giving up this lead.
And this is just an offense that's imposing its will right now. You name it, they're able to do it. If you're the play caller, whatever you want to select is there. You want to run it, you want to throw it, pick a play, any play. They're rocking and rolling right now.
good with a PAT. And the lead is now 24.
Giants 10.
So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he returns this to the 22. And New York set to take the field. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
Oh, partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively, and you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
So the Giants send out their punter now as he's on for the 5th time here today. Good coverage there holds him to just a 2-yard return following a punt of 44. The Cowboys offense and Dak Prescott getting ready to go once more. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that will bring up 2nd down.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
Here's 2nd and 3. Williams. And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46. Hang on a second here, because on that last play, it appears one of the Giants shaken up. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material. Here's Prescott. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
It's another Cowboys 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
He's starting to fall into the category of not fair, because when he's on target throwing the ball, he's dangerous. But when you add in his ability to make plays with his feet, almost impossible.
Yeah, exactly. They've had trouble stopping him in the secondary. This time they've got the great coverage. Oh, he can run too. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
They'll try to throw now. Prescott. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Prescott now. Oh, a first mistake for him in the ball game as it's intercepted. Picked off by Greg Newsome. And the Giants are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line.
At their own 4-yard line.
New York set to take the field. They take over here following the interception. That's the good news. The tough spot is the spot that they're in. That's inside the 5 in the shadow of their own goalpost here. 1st and 10. And he's going to get this up to the 24-yard line. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
As we both know, there was a lot that went into why they made him their first-round pick this year. Part of it was what they saw in college, his playmaking ability when things break down. As soon as he saw he wasn't getting a lane to throw, he pivoted and found an alternate way to the marker.
And he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time has run out on this 3rd quarter of play. We have played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin. Out of the gun. Here's Dart. Short one there, caught by Likely. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
Dart going to look to throw here. He's going to loft one deep left side here. This is caught inside the 15. It's a big play for the Giants on 3rd down. 58 yards.
To get back in this ball game, big plays are going to be necessary. And here's one right on cue. Coming up with 3 scores here in the 4th is not going to be an easy task, but that's good work there to bite off a chunk of yards.
Give up the middle, Scatteroo. And he's going to pull his way down to about the 1-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Touchdown! Calvin Austin, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Giants go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. Obviously, the scoreboard right now is not the friend of this rookie quarterback, but, hey, a touchdown pass there maybe builds a little confidence.
Every rep is valuable when you're a rookie. Every time you step up and throw the football, there's a lesson to be learned. Yeah, he took advantage of a little bit of loose coverage there with the lead, but at the same time, got it done. It'll take a little bit of satisfaction away from that throw.
They'll try and throw for it. He's got it. So they convert the 2. That keeps their slim hopes alive as we're back to a 2-score game.
Giants 18.
Well, it's still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure, but that makes it a two-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the two-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready, because you may need multiples throughout a ball game. There's a great example right there.
They juked him. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, it's all been on display throughout. A little jet sweep to start the drive. Oh, this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Now Prescott. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Dexter Lawrence able to bust free and get to the quarterback.
And that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Here's Prescott. Here's one deep for Pickens. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
On to punt now, Anger as he boots this one away. The return is Olszewski. Call that a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And New York set to take the field. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a two-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. To the air, Dart. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. So a 4th quarter pick 6 here, and that one might put this game out of reach, CD.
I certainly agree with that, partner, and I know one thing, though. That team that just got the pick 6, they're going to keep playing until this one's over. Better be careful. They're looking to get another one.
Aubrey now for the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Now out come the Giants. And that last pick 6 may have been the backbreaker as they now face a 3-score deficit in the 4th quarter. They need points quickly. Open target here, Darius Slayton. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 25 yards there on the catch and run. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory.
And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. This defense, they just continue to feast. 5 sacks now as a unit. It's been quite an afternoon getting to the quarterback.
And we're seeing it come from a variety of places as well. Sometimes just the guys up front and getting to them. Other times you add extra guys rushing the quarterback, twists and stunts. It's been a variety, and they've had no way of blocking them.
Throwing his dart. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this is caught inside the 5. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Malik Neighbors, 54 yards. And the Giants are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Solid response that time by a young quarterback. Last drive, interception. This drive, the touchdown pass.
I like how you described it, solid, because you don't get extra kudos for bouncing back if you're going to be a big-time quarterback. You're supposed to do that. But at the same time, when you're a rookie, that's not guaranteed, is it? Sometimes they hang their heads and they go in the tank a little bit. Not in this case. Bounced back, took his team downfield, and threw a touchdown pass.
So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Cowboys are able to recover. The risk-reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling. And whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
Now Williams running left. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there, second down. That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
Prescott to throw it. He finds his man complete. That's Ferguson. And he's taken down inside the 30. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down. Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think you continue to do so.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
At the Giants' 25-yard line.
They give it to Williams, running right. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play, backwards a yard. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they got it going today.
13 yards down to the 13.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
They'll run. This is Phil Maffa. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. They're going to look to throw. A throw off his back foot there. That's going to wind up incomplete.
And here you're down in the red zone. You need to be smart, not force anything. So that's a wise decision to just get rid of the football.
The Cowboys on third down. They've converted 6 times and could use a 7th here. This is 3rd and 11. Looking to throw. Prescott. He finds Pickens over the middle. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Giants offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes a right read seemingly every time. They go play action with Dart. That's complete. It's Neighbors. Able to push his way through. Nothing at all on that one. It'll be 2nd down. Well, he caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch, and most offenses make a living off of yards after catch. Those hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they count big for moving the ball and stretching the field. Really nice open field tackle.
And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
And good yardage there on 1st down, because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
Throwing again is Dart. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. Quentin Williams able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Third and 9 here. Looking to throw, Dart. He'll try and do this himself. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Now the Giants will use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game. Here's Dart. They'll set up the screen to Scababoo. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And from the 34, here's 2nd and 4. From the gun, Dart. And that's going to be incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. To throw is Dart. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. The Giants going to burn their third and final timeout as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this fourth quarter.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
To the air again, Dart. And this will be caught by Mooney. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22.
Out of bounds at the 22-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6. To throw now, Dart. And he's going to go down back at the 27-yard line. He's sacked. They could not contain Kenny Clark as he gets home for the sack.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go at each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. With that, we sign off from MetLife Stadium.